All right, hey, what's going on, YouTube? So today's lesson, I wanted to talk about communication or a breakdown of communication. One of the biggest issues that pops up a lot, like in therapy or even in consulting, is communication, breakdown of communication. People having a misinterpretation of the words being used. And I'm gonna explain what's going on, and I'm gonna give you guys an example so you guys kind of like can understand a little better. All right, so check it out. I once had a client come in, him and his wife were having some communication issues, and she said, you don't support me. He then goes on to explain how he pays all the bills, how he makes sure everything's taken care of, how he does things around the house, this, that, all these, these typical things like that. The wife then explains that while she was standing at the sink the day prior, that she was stressed out, she was flustered, and this was obvious from her face. So when he had come home from work and seen her, he didn't ask her, how was your day or what's going on or anything like that. The miscommunication was that his idea of support and her idea of support were totally different. He felt like he was supporting her, she felt like he wasn't, and vice versa. Then at the same time, every time that she was saying, you need to support me, he felt like it was an accusation. He went into defense mode and then tried to justify, his stance. And then she would do the same whenever he said, well, you're not providing support either, because his idea of support was different from hers. These type of distinctions really matter. Whenever you have like a miscommunication with somebody, essentially what you want to do when they say something like support, you don't support me, you don't understand me, you don't look out for me, you're not there for me, things like this, these type of things, we're not on the same page, that type of stuff. What you want to do is you want to say, hey, what do you mean by that? Understand this, guys. Everybody sees the world from their own perspective. From their own perspective. Every time somebody says something to you, they're speaking from their own history, their own life experiences, all that kind of stuff. So you need more data. Most miscommunication is really just people not having all the details. You need more context. So when somebody says something like support, you can always say, well, what do you mean by that? Like, support you how? If you can get that concept, it's kind of, hard to explain in 3 minutes, but if you can understand that concept and see where I'm going with this, then it'll make a lot of sense and you'll be able to move forward. All right. Elaborate on the terms of the words you use and explain sometimes in detail. When you have a miscommunication, explain in detail so that your hearer, like, they're able to get it and you guys are able to work through it, and that'll clean up some of the communication issues, guaranteed. All right. See you guys later.